My name is Darren Myers, and my business partner who is holding down the fort in San Diego, California is Brian Watrous. And together we have created the first cold-pressed organic HPP chocolate beverage on the market. Brian and I founded Raw Chocolate out of our beach apartment kitchen and have grown the brand organically from 5-gallon pails to co-packing over 100,000 units in just 90 California locations. We've decided to tackle what we call one of the largest tasks known to man, and that is to reshape the way we all experience life's guilty pleasure, chocolate. Quick show of hands, who in here loves chocolate? Pretty easy question. All right, now keep your hand up if you've ever seen or even eaten a raw chocolate cacao bean before today. So this right here is a chocolate bean. This is what all chocolate's made out of, and it grows on trees 10 degrees north or south of the equator. It is one of the most nutrient-rich superfoods found on the planet. Yet we all recognize chocolate in its melted down bar form. Now this bean and this bar cannot be any further from each other on a nutritional scale, and the reason being is the processing that goes into creating this bar from this bean. First, the way you make chocolate is you take these beans, you roast them and melt them down at extremely high temperatures, damaging and destroying almost all of its real nutritional value. Think of it as if you jumped into a sauna that was a few hundred degrees Fahrenheit. You simply wouldn't survive, and neither do these nutrients. To add to the problem, chocolate is then pumped with all types of refined sugars, dairy, preservatives, and artificial ingredients. The raw evolution, as we call it, has already begun, and we are reshaping the way we all experience chocolate for good. Instead of heat processing or roasting our beans, our cacao beans are hand-picked and cold-pressed bean to bottle to retain all of those healthy, live superfood nutrients. To sweeten the pot, we've left out all the refined sugars, we've left out all the dairy, we've left out all the preservatives and everything artificial. Raw chocolate is also non-GMO verified, vegan-friendly, gluten-free, organic, CCOF organic certified as well. We currently retail in 90 California locations with partnerships such as Whole Foods, Jimbo's Naturally, and Mother's Market. We currently retail in 2 regions of Whole Foods in California. Jimbo's Naturally and Mother's Market are 2 regional natural grocery store chains in Southern California, and we do excel very well in high-end coffee shops, yoga studios, and gyms alike. We utilize a range of distribution options from Dove, who is our DSD distributor in Northern California, to Monterey, who is more of a conventional style distributor for us in Southern California. And we're really excited for our upcoming launch in July with UNFI, primarily to excel our business development and potentially turn Raw into a national brand. As you can see here, Raw is an in-your-face type of brand. We have a 5-flavor SKU at the moment: original, mint, coconut, cold brew mocha, and Mayan spice. This is a picture of one of our shelves in Whole Foods Jamboree, which is located in Orange County, California. And as you can see here, we sit fairly well against some of the more premium brands in our space, and we do sell very well amongst the cold-pressed premium juices and also the high-end cold brew coffees as well. We're also launching 2 new flavors very shortly here that are designed for more of the mainstream style grocery consumer. And we're currently in discussions with a very large grocery retail chain to bring these 2 flavors to fruition. Quick brand engagement. We love connecting with our Instagram and Facebook followers, as you can see here. It's a few examples of fans loving our product for the first time, second time, and 30th time. This is really what makes it all worth it for us, is knowing that we created and had a positive impact on someone's health and potentially life. To recap, as I mentioned, we are the first cold-pressed organic HPP chocolate beverage on the market. We have already created an incredibly strong following in our current demographic area of California, and we really feel there is a large market opportunity to disrupt and reshape the way we all experience chocolate for good. Cheers.
Great job, Darren. Great job. You can stay on stage with me. One quick note about the final round. Each finalist is going to have 5 minutes instead of 2 minutes like last time. They're going to have 5 minutes to present, and they'll have as many slides as they want to use. And if you want to grab a mic, we might have some questions from the judges. To start off, Darren talked about a large market potential for Raw, for drinking chocolate. John, do you agree?
Well, I like what you said at the end about disrupting how we experience chocolate. I mean, that definitely seems like sort of the big thing that you have going here. You know, however, when I look at it, I see this sort of dark, you know, it looks like chocolate milk, which is kind of what I would be, you know, trained to see this as. You know, I think it feels like it just needs to be communicated a little better, especially that it's, you know, dairy-free. You know, otherwise I'd probably expect something thick and gummy to come out of the bottle, which is not at all what you've got. And outside of that, I feel like, you know, the sweetness is really the thing that, you know, you guys have to figure out, you know, what's the right level for it. Kind of doesn't taste exactly how I'd want it to with the monk fruit in it, but totally get what you guys are doing. Really like it. Packaging's come a long way since saw you guys on the store shelves in San Diego a year ago, so props for that.
Mm-hmm. Jeff, I saw you taking a few sips and nodding one way or the other. You know, what are your thoughts on the product?
Yesterday there was a lot of talk about how things are trending, and to me, you know, this is a good combination of that word, and also comfort food too, because people grew up with chocolate milk, and now, you know, it represents a good opportunity to have something that people are looking for more on the healthy benefit side, and also meet that comfort food want that we all have, our inner child yearning to get to. So from that vantage point, it's got a lot going for it. I just happen to try the mint first, which whenever I do a tasting, I like to try the more polarizing flavors second. So, but then I got to the more basic one. So that's why I may have made a little bit of a face in a good way.
Rebecca, you had some thoughts, I think, on, I'm sure you have some thoughts on the social marketing that they've already worked on. I saw the slide up there, done quite a bit in terms of educating consumers about the taste. Does the function come through in what they've done so far?
In terms of the social media or in terms of what I just experienced?
Both.
It's a good question. I think I didn't read enough of the sentiment that we saw through the social media, but I think it should and it would, and if it doesn't, then I think that would say this brand's, they got to dial that up, because if consumers aren't talking about the function as well as sort of what's exciting them about this space, I think that would be a concern, but I don't know, I didn't see close enough in there. Me personally, I had a lot to learn here. So there was just a lot going on for me, but I really like where it is. What I just couldn't decide is whether it was about raw and the platform is raw down the road, or if it's about chocolate. And down the road, you're going to continue to innovate that way. So I just couldn't see which way it was going, but I think there's a really great start here.
Mm-hmm. Laura, Jeff talked about this brand and product being a trending, or having some aspects of trends that are currently, well, on trend. Do you agree, and you know, do you see this fitting in your portfolio?
I definitely would agree. Raw is very popular right now. Cold pressed is. Non-GMO Project Verified is as well. Whenever I see chocolate, I'm always concerned about it being fair trade certified. I did notice on here that you did say that it's from single origin, ethically sourced. I would just maybe ask you to put on a fair trade certification.
Our supplier is fair trade.
Yep. So calling that out a little bit, but otherwise, yeah, dairy free. All the allergies that are out there right now, we're definitely seeing that as one of the hot trends. So I think you're definitely hitting all of the right trends. But I would agree that, you know, calling them out a little bit easier on your packaging, almost like a checklist, because you kind of have to spin it to see all of the great benefits of it. So having it right on the front of the package might help.
Mm-hmm. Jack, we'll end with you. I'm sure Walmart has sold billions of dollars of chocolate in their time. Do you think this is a segue that some consumers can make from chocolate that they know to chocolate as a beverage?
Yeah, I think the great thing about chocolate, and it's a very simple idea, the idea of what's so important to people. Chocolate is a pretty basic thing. I think the idea of it's really good. I like the packaging. I think the way it's, the font size of the packaging, the way it's written, and the way it stands out when you showed it, and you've got some really good distribution as a stepping stone for it. I think as I've tasted the product, I think it is all about ultimately the taste. And I think just from tasting a few of them, some are better than others in terms of how the flavour comes over. And I think the challenge always, as you're trying to take people from one thing to another, is making sure the taste's absolutely right. But I think it's great.
Outstanding.
Great proposition.
Darren,
thank you.
Great job. We'll see you in a little bit.